Hi, I'm going to do something a little bit different today from my other ASMR videos. I'm going to do a kind of craft piece today. I've got some lettering here, and it's actually cardboard lettering which spell out my daughter's name. We're just decorating her nursery at the moment. She's 9 months. And I'm going to have a go at painting these, making them bright and colourful. And we're going to put them on her door, so when she's older she'll have some little letterings on the door. Often you can buy wooden letterings, animated, illustrated rather, with clowns and fairies and things. But I came across these in the local art shop, and I thought it would be fun to do my own. I've actually bought 2 lots of these. This set I'm going to paint in acrylic paints and use some nice glitter, like so. Make it all glitzy. And these as well. And the other lot of these I'm going to cover in different textured fabric. Some sparkly, some soft, some a bit more textured, so she can play with and bite and gum, especially if she's teething, and that would be quite nice for her to explore different textures. But this particular lettering is going to be for her door, and I'm going to be using this really nice bright and colourful acrylic set. So let's get started. So I'm going to make a start on the E, and for this I'm going to use a bright yellow. Now, because this is cardboard underneath, it will probably take a few coats, and I'm going to cover all the dull cardboard off. But the great thing about this particular paint that I'm using, which is acrylic, is you can apply it on really thick and textured, and it will dry in a really lovely textured pattern. And that technique is called impasto. But this will indeed take a few coats because it is cardboard underneath. And this paint, because this isn't something that my daughter Elena is going to be putting in her mouth, because it will be on her door, it doesn't matter if it flakes off, but because it's acrylic it shouldn't do. this stage it doesn't really matter about the different, if you do lots of different brush strokes, because it is the first coat effectively. At the moment you just want to make sure you cover all that cardboard. Apply it on as thickly as you want. This also makes this type of lettering, it's quite fun stamps. Oh. Sorry about that. I'm having mummy time at the moment. My parents are taking my little daughter out. I think that's just them texting to say how they are. Okay, I'm going to move on to the L now. Probably won't need as many coats as the yellow does. The yellow's just dry now and it does look a bit grey yellow, so that would definitely need more coats. But because this green is quite a dark colour, and I have mixed it with a little bit of yellow, I don't think it will need as many. It's a lovely green actually. I'm very aware with my daughter of not gender stereotyping to the extent that some people do. She does have pink clothes, but she also has a lot of blue, and well, she has all colours. So her nursery is going to be a fresh yellow, and she has a lot of green in there, and blue and purple. So I think with gender stereotyping babies anyway, it's about not avoiding a particular colour, but using all colours, so she doesn't grow up either hating or loving a particular colour. Well, that's okay, but I mean avoiding, for example, blue because she's been taught that's a boy's colour or that kind of thing. And it's the same with it's the same with toys as well. There's obviously some things I don't want her to play with, like guns, but I have no problem if she wants to play with cars and anything like that. I want her to just enjoy her childhood as much as she can and play with what she wants to play. And colour's a big part of that. And I would do exactly the same if she was male. I'd have no problem with her playing with dolls, with him. If Elena was he. No problem with her dolls at all. I'm going to jump to the N in her name. Let's start slapping that on here. think the yellow is going to need a lot more coats actually. I can just see it drying. It's not drying a lovely marigoldy yellow as it would if it was done on paper, as you can see here. But this green is drying quite nicely. But I'm not just going to leave it with a simple coat of paint. I'm going to make it nice and glitzy. So I love glitter. And I think my little girl, she's going to be anything like her mum. She's going to love sparkle. Okay, so I've painted the E, the L, the N. I'm going to miss out the other E for the moment. And I'm going to go straight onto the A. And I'm going to paint this blue. I'm mixing it with a few other colours too. We'll just see what comes out. Similar to my top actually. The thing with acrylic is if it's a bit watery, because you can mix it with water, it becomes very dilute. It sounds obvious, but it becomes a bit too much like a watercolour. And what I love about acrylic is that if you don't apply water, it can be laid on really thickly and have lovely texture. And the other thing is that when it dries and you put another coat on, it doesn't run, whereas with watercolour, which can be a good thing, when it dries and you apply another layer of water colour, it kind of wakes it up, as it were. But this, when a coat's done, it's done, and you can, it doesn't mix with other colours once dry. So if you want to blend other colours, you have to do it when it's wet. So I'm just doing the E now, and I decided to mix some colours together. And I'm going to make a nice purple. And a bit of white too to make it a little paler. Purposely let it go into the not quite dry paint on the newspaper, purely because I think it's nice just to have little, to see how the wet paint kind of goes together with the other paints. Because that will look quite nice when it's finished. And again, I think this might be another one that probably doesn't need too many other coats. Okay, so some of the lettering's dry now, and I'm starting painting some glitter on the lettering to make it a little bit of sparkle. And what I'm using is this glitter paint, which is called Fairy Crystal. Just applied some to the top here, added a bit of purple. Just going to apply a little bit more just around here, and because this is dry, it won't run when you apply more glue on it, so I'm just going to use my fingers just to kind of a nice coat. Kind of all nice and glittery like that. And that should dry quite nicely. So, just to finish off, I'm just going to put a final dab of this glitter paint on the letters to make it extra glitzy, sparkly. And you can just rub it. It doesn't matter if you've got too much, because it's glittery. You can never really have too much glitter, I don't think, and it'll make it really sparkly when it's dried. On here. To show you just a few of the letters, you can see the sparkles. And here's the finished piece.